Stop waiting. No one is going to come to save you, push you, or hand you your dreams on a silver platter. It's on you. Your success, your goals, your future, they are all in your hands. So get up, get moving. You have to grind like your life depends on it. Because guess what? It does. Success doesn't have time for excuses. Your laziness or your half-hearted efforts. Success rewards the relentless, the ones who keep pushing when the rest of the world quits.
Warren, how would you define true success?
Well, I've said many times that if you get to be 65 or 70 and later, and the people that you want to have love you actually do love you, you're a success. I've never seen anybody that reaches that age. I mean, I'm not talking about somebody that's in extreme poverty or pain or something, but I've never seen anybody that, if they have a lot of people that love them, that is other than happy. And I've seen some very, very wealthy people that they give testimonial dinners to and name schools after and everything. Nobody loves them, you know. Their own kids would say, he's in the attic, you know. They never came.
What are, say, 3 pieces of advice you would give to people who are looking to succeed in business?
Well, by far the best investment you can make is in yourself. I mean, for example, communication skills. I tell the students that come, they're going to graduate schools and business, and they're learning all these complicated formulas and all that. If they just learn to communicate better, both in writing and in person, they increase their value at least 50%. You know, I mean, if you can't communicate, somebody says, you know, it's like winking at a girl in the dark. Nothing happens, you know, basically. And you have to be able to get forth your ideas, and that's relatively easy. I did it myself with the Dale Carnegie course. Some people wish I'd taken a shorter course now in terms of my talking later on, but it's just hugely important. And if you invest in yourself, nobody can take it away from you. I mean, the second thing, which I'll get a certain criticism for not living it, but I do tell those students, you know, that if I gave you a car and it'd be the only car you get in the rest of your life, you take care of it like you can't believe. Any scratch, you'd fix that moment. You read the owner's manual, you keep a garage and do all these things, and you get exactly one mind and one body in this world. And you can't start taking care of it when you're 50. By that time, you'll have rusted out if you haven't done anything. So you should really make sure that you just remember that you just got one mind and body to get through life with and to do the most with it.
What about life advice?
Well, life advice is, you know, the most important thing, aside from the things I've talked about already, is really who you associate with. You want to associate with people that are better than you.
I know. Fear is whispering in your ear. I know. Doubt is sitting on your shoulders. But guess what? Everyone who has achieved something great has been scared. Every single one of them felt the weight of uncertainty. But they didn't let that fear stop them. They turned it into fuel, into fire, and they kept moving forward. You can too.
The first lesson is courage. And I have seen it in a whole lot of you. Nobody has ever achieved anything big in business or in any walk of life without courage. Of course, whenever you do anything big, you do feel a little scared. But you've got to conquer fear to discover the hidden hero within you. With courage, with self-belief, and the can-do spirit, you overcome any adversity. Your potential is the quest of the ordinary. Conquering the impossible is your destiny. The second lesson I have learned is feel empathy. Empathy means caring and sharing with every human being in our organization and the world at large. The more we care, the higher we grow as human beings. I understand empathy as dil ki daulat. It is the wealth of your heart. The more you spend it on others, the more wealthy you become.
You got to believe it. You got to trust in what you are. You got to fight for what you want. No one is going to hand it to you, and you would not want them to. You got to earn it. You got to work. You got to grind. You got to show up, even when you don't feel like it. There will be challenges. There will be obstacles. There will be days when it feels like the world is trying to break you. But you can be soft. You can be weak. Greatness demands strength. It demands resilience. You get out what you put in. So if you're giving nothing, you're going to get nothing. But if you deep dive, if you push harder, if you drown out the noise and lock in your goals, nothing will stop you.
I think I often tell people that I work with, if you can get, because people have very high standards for how they want their work life to be, and I said, look, if you can get your work life to be where you enjoy half of it, that is amazing, because very few people ever achieve that. Because the truth is, everything comes with overhead. That's reality. Everything comes with pieces that you don't like. You could be a Supreme Court justice and there's still going to be pieces of your job you don't like. You can be a university professor and still going to be, you have to go to committee meetings and you have to do things. You know, every job comes with pieces you don't like. And we need to say, that's just how, that's part of it. And not resent those pieces, or try not to, but also try to minimize them. I tell senior executives, you should have the least stress. You know, there's this weird, I think, false idea that CEOs, I'm a CEO, there's this false idea that CEOs are under the most stress. Well, I look at that, I'm like, why? You're in charge. Why don't you delegate the stress? It's your choice. And so you have to figure out how to set up your life in such a way that you can minimize the things. And I find people don't dislike hard work. What people dislike is being out of control. Like, they can't control their life. They can't control their environment. This happens to me when I get overscheduled. I hate being overscheduled. I want some time to be able to think and free myself. We all have the same amount of time in the world. Nobody has more time than anybody else. And when you become a very successful person, one of the things, you start to get overscheduled. You have this event. You had to agree to do this. And maybe last night you were like, why did I agree to do this? I have to go on stage tomorrow. I wish I were really with my family. And, you know, or I hope maybe not this case. Let's say that you like this one. But in general, that kind of thing happens. And so you have to guard your time and try to stay a little bit flexible. So that's, for me, it's not a waste of time, but I like to have some freedom of movement rather than having every minute of every day scheduled.
Setbacks are not the end. They are simply the beginning of a new chapter. Each failure is a lesson learned. Each challenge is a chance to improve. Embrace the process. Embrace the journey. Recognize that every step you take, every effort you make, every challenge you overcome is bringing you closer to your goals. Develop habits of discipline and consistency. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. Consistency is what turns efforts into results. Create a routine that supports your goal. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and challenge you to be better. Seek mentors who have walked the path before you and can provide guidance and insight to you. Visualize your success. See it. Feel it. Believe it. Let your vision of success become so vivid that it drives you to action. Create a plan and stick to it. Break your goals down to manageable steps and tackle them one by one. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step forward is a victory. Greatness is not just a destination, it's a way of life. Embrace it, embody it, and live it every single day. Your dreams are within reach. You have the power to achieve them. So seize the day. Make the most of every opportunity. And never stop striving for greatness. You can do it.